some more streaming. I'm gonna try out a brush I've had for a while. Another $1 bamboo brush. This one, pretty sure has like split ends and is wolf hair and it's like very soft bristles, so it's probably not gonna be as great. But I kind of want to try it out since it has like a. This one came with like a bent handle, so that might be kind of fun. Hey, what's up? I'm just gonna be chilling, doing some trying this brush out. I could probably show you guys some sketches I was doing. Some of my sketchbook. Some of these you guys already seen, but I haven't showed this one yet. Uh, this one I did early in the week. It was with this brush, like some Kuretake brush pen, and just kind of like some alien monster invasion, and then these like I don't know, kind of like cloned soldiers of trying to defend them off. And this one I worked on earlier today and a little bit one other night. It's like a samurai, some sort of. This one's riding a bird and just like cats. And then I was messing around with just different things on here. So yeah, I've really been drawing in the sketchbook too much lately. Most of it's been on just this bigger paper. What size is the bigger paper I draw on? It's actually pretty small. It's 9 by 12. I feel like I could probably draw on bigger, but I kind of like it, especially for recording. It's kind of nice to just like not have too much area. I feel like it kind of makes making scenes a bit easier too, since it limits how much room I have. Well, this brush is gonna be really hard to draw with. It's super flimsy. I've been kind of wanting to be brave enough to try some really soft bristles. Probably not gonna focus, but every time I place down a line, the bristles all bend and fray. All right. I don't think this brush would be too bad. Not sure why, but I really like drawing with cheap brushes. No, would probably fall apart on me, but there's like the kind of rugged effect that it creates that I really like. Do you study the structure of things you don't know how to draw from imagination, or do you do it, or did you do it in the past? Um, I don't know. Whenever I like go to study something, I'm not really looking for like, I mean, naturally kind of looking at the structure, but it's not like a main focus. I'd say more so when I go to look at something, I'm trying to find out kind of like what makes it distinguished, and like what kind of features make it look like a certain thing, like a horse. Like I would go and see kind of like what features make it look like a horse, and like the most important things that kind of like define that animal. And then like same with like people, like kind of like seeing different shapes of things, but more so like how it changes. I don't know how to really explain it. But I'm kind of like constantly learning, so it's not like um once I learn something, like I never have to go back to it sort of thing, because I feel like I like learning, and it's kind of the fun part. Yeah, a lot of times when I'm going to like when I'm like watching a movie or something and trying to pick up on information, it's usually like very small details and like over time. Like I know one thing that I've been learning a lot from like movies is like different guns and things like that. And so when I'm going to like I guess like inspect like a gun on a show or movie, then I'll kind of like look at maybe features that I missed or don't know, but I'm like trying to just like get little pieces at a time and kind of like slowly build it up. Makes sense. I struggle keeping similar animals distinct. I started drawing more from imagination this year. Yeah, that's cool, man. I think drawing from imagination is for me the most fun way. I just can't get into drawing from reference. It just kind of doesn't feel like I'm making something. And for me, it kind of just doesn't like I don't get really any use out of it. More people drawing from imagination though, since it's not the most. I don't know. People don't really explore it that much. Nice headpiece. Yeah, thank you. Just kind of some random mumble jumble. Yeah, for me, drawing from imagination, like um I try to like not use reference too much because I think it's can be like a little distracting, and most of the actual learning for me comes from just in like the act of drawing itself, and not really from like studying or anything like that, because I'm kind of like studying while I'm drawing, and kind of like time wise in my day, I guess I'd rather just be drawing as much as I can, since when I'm not able to draw, then I use like that kind of time to observe or try to pick up little things that I can maybe use in my drawing. It's definitely what I want to do. I think it's the most fun. As you said, copying gets boring quickly, but I find drawing stuff from different angles good practice. Yeah, I think that's one of the main things that I could probably recommend is trying different angles. But like I think the whole point of trying different angles is kind of like the to experiment with the thing or subject that you want to draw, and kind of like drawing from different angles gets you like more familiar with the object. And I mean, you can do a bunch of different things like drawing different versions of it, different iterations, change up like different features, and that's pretty much along the lines of drawing from different angles as well. I think the more you play around with something, you'll learn it very quickly. Yeah, I used to work in a factory, and um, most of the time you would have like someone would come over and teach you, and I was like thrown around different positions all the time, and expected to pretty much like learn that job in like 10 minutes of someone showing you like once. And then you pretty much had to do that for like the next month or two. But I feel like that was like a really good experience because I realized like kind of like how to learn and how to learn quick. And most of it, like for me, was just actually like getting some sort of like just going through the process of actually like working on the thing. It didn't really matter like how much someone explained something to me, or like showed me, or like showed me, or if I just watched someone, like it kind of just never stuck. But like once I actually like it basically like hands learning kind of hands-on learning. Gosh, I can't talk. Approach always worked for me best. And then when I would train people in, oftentimes some people would say they were visual learners, but learned like much faster, and once they actually like got repetition and actually did the thing. I agree, learning through experimenting is great. I think one shouldn't be afraid to push the boundaries of what you thought you could do, draw, even if it fails. If you learned, is it really a failure? Yeah, I don't think you can really fail. I think it's more so someone just being unhappy with their art, really. It's kind of like more so why I think someone would feel like they failed. Love your work, by the way. I featured featured you on my TikTok art stream yesterday. I was very impressed with your work when I found you. Thank you. That's pretty cool. I appreciate that. I totally agree, and I think healthy criticism is also fine. Like if I used to improve, anywho, it's late where I am. I'm gonna leave you on while I fall asleep. Enjoy the drawing. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, I think sometimes criticism can be good if it's like something you might not have found on your own and they're almost like maybe like opening a new opportunity. And at the end of the day, it's always your choice whether you want to like what choice you want to make, if you want to accept the criticism or you can just like decline it and do your own thing. I also try to yeah, I also try to teach how to be nicer with critiques. I think it's in the delivery also, but yeah, I agree with all what you said. Yeah, I think I think people like I don't know, from what I've seen a lot online, people are very like negative, especially like a lot of like the beginner like art stuff. Like, I mean, you just scroll on YouTube and all you see is like just negative thumbnails and like so like certain people are doing this and you're not like that good. Like it's all just negativity and nothing is I don't think I don't think you need to be like there's kind of no need to be negative. I think doing it that way will just stop lot of people from even like attempting because I don't know. I think if anything, like a lot of newer artists or people that want to get into it should like feel like it's possible because it is possible. But there's always like I don't know. A lot of it leans towards like you can't do this. These other people have something that you can't obtain, and like along that lines, and I think that's like pretty toxic in a way, and it can sometimes lead into like critiques. So yeah, yeah. My last 10 cents: people should stop saying beginners aren't real artists. Very demotivational. Yeah, I know. I don't know why there's a separation because like I mean everyone kind of like draws some point when they're like a kid, and like everyone can draw. It's like or get to like any point of art. It's just kind of how you go about it. Because if we were like close to them, then why will they be nice to the next generation? So stupid. Yeah. Yeah, I don't understand why people think there's like one specific way of doing something, and then because there's like just so many ways that aren't found, and not everyone works the same way, and everybody has their own way they do it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like the normal thought way just doesn't work for me. Like I literally have to just draw things from imagination and then keep using previous experience to learn, and that's kind of like the way that I have the most fun, and that's the way that works for me. Whereas someone else might learn better from drawing from reference and anything. That's the beauty of art, the diversity in it. Yeah. I mean, I think art is just have fun at the end of the day. Love your process. So totally opposite from my process. Yeah, I think that's like you said. Yeah, that's the cool thing about art, that it can be done in so many different ways. Very interesting for me to observe. You're gonna go now? Okay. Very nice meeting you, Chatsoon. Yeah, it's nice meeting you too. I'll probably be streaming until I eat sometime later, and then I'll come back and probably finish this and get used to this brush. think I'll have her holding a sword, maybe. I think I'll probably figure out her body first before I do the sword. This brush is a little bit tricky to use. It's kind of constantly flaying at the edges. I kind of like that though. Gives like a little bit of a unique line. I think you're handling the brush pretty well. Yeah, it's a little bit tricky, but I can always make it work with. Just kind of painting with it. I mean, the best part about drawing from imagination is the moment when I think to myself, "Oh, and now I should add this." Yeah, excitement when you kind of think of an idea. I really like the Claymore manga series. Kind of reminds me of a little bit a similar feel. A female warrior. and pretty much gave her a more Claymore style sword, except like a katana kind of grip to it. Maybe I'll give her a cloak too. Warrior Princess vibe, yeah. What's Claymore about? It's like um, I don't, I don't really know how to explain it like shortly, but basically like yokai or like monsters kind of thing. And yeah, I don't know how to explain it without spoiling anything too. It's got monsters and like warriors, I guess. If you're into that, I definitely recommend reading it. Or there's also a Netflix series, but the manga are I feel like Claymore is kind of like Resident Evil in a way too, if you know that. Maybe I'll check it out after I finish watching One Piece for the second time. Might take me a while. You're watching One Piece for the second time? Oh god. I started watching, tried to watch One Piece because I watched like the Netflix live action one. That was actually pretty good. And then so me and my sister, we're gonna check out the anime. And it's like, I don't know, we watched Naruto, which is pretty long, but One Piece is kind of a different beast. And we couldn't get past much of the like first episodes. But I heard it gets like really good later on. Yeah, the anime for Claymore is still pretty good. It's just that they never finished it. I think because when they made it, the manga was still being finished. The pacing is really bad. On the website, they cut out everything that's shown more than once. Yeah, yeah, we tried to like skip all the filler episodes too. I don't know. It's like it was really hard for me to get into some of the characters. I played like the Warriors game of One Piece and some of the like it had like a ton of spoilers in it, but some of like the abilities and stuff they get later looks pretty cool. I guess then when you spend enough time with the characters, you will begin to love them. At least that's the case for me. Yeah, I feel like if I did that, I'd probably start to like the characters once they kind of like develop more. I really like the artist for One Piece though. What animes have you watched? Um, I really like Magi, or is it I don't know how to say it. Is it Magi or Magi? It's like Magi. That one I really liked. Naruto. I haven't finished Naruto yet, but I'm like near the end, kind of, and that one's pretty. That's probably like as a whole one of my more favorite animes is Naruto. But I kind of like grew up with it too, so I'm probably a little bit biased on that. um, I mean, Spirited Away is not really an anime, but I love all the Ghibli films. Trying to think. I watched like the new Berserk one. That was pretty cool. I've always wanted to read the manga for Berserk, but never really got into it. But watching the anime was pretty cool. I never finished Naruto either. Anime movies count, I believe. Yeah, I think it's probably considered an anime. But yeah, Spirited Away and all of those are pretty sick. The Berserk manga is peak. Yeah, I think I read like two books and I mean those are like the first ones and it was already pretty cool. Considering your art, I think you'll like it. Yeah, I was actually reading them to look at the art mostly. I feel like it's kind of hard for me to read a comic book or manga because I just I'd rather almost like read like a picture book and just look at a bunch of the different art. But yeah, I like the darker vibe kind of style. Man, there's a lot of animes, but I can't that I've seen, but I can't think of the names right now. I watched like the first two seasons of Attack on Titan, Tokyo Ghoul. I really liked the first two seasons. I never watched the third, and um, because I heard it wasn't so great, but I watched the first two and thought it was pretty cool. Mm, yeah, I guess I like a lot of like the darker action themed kind of animes. I think Seinen is the name of for that type of manga. Oh, it's like a whole category. Mob Psycho has a great anime. Yeah, I actually thought about watching that the other day. I should look into it. Yeah, like for a more violent, mature audience. Yeah, I think that's probably probably more of the anime I like. I never finished Attack on Titan though. I should try to watch the last couple seasons. Yeah, it's really messed up, but I hate like horror movies, like more generic um like American horror movies. I like really don't like those, but I like darker vibe art and like dark anime and music and that sort of thing. Well, I don't know why. I think like the more like mainstream horror movies are like just kind of like jump scares, and I don't like that kind of like setup. It almost makes it hard to watch because you're just like constantly like jump scare over and over and over. What's up? Hey man, a lot of horror movies aren't as good nowadays. Yeah, yeah. Maybe if like the plot was good. There was is it like the Bly Manor haunting of Bly Manor or something on Netflix? And that was like creepy as hell on when I watched that. But that actually had a good plot, so yeah, maybe it is just that the plots suck and the story is not that great. And then they just kind of like try to cover that up with jump scares. Mm. What hurts me is when they reveal half of the jump scares in trailers. Yeah. I remember I went with a friend of mine to go see a horror movie in the theaters, and it's like, yeah, they actually revealed like I think half of them we already saw in the trailer. So when they came, we're like, oh, we already saw this one, so kind of knew what to expect. But the two or three we didn't see actually like scared us. Like big moments. Yeah, I remember there's like memes of anime. I don't know if you've watched like Sylvanas, who's a YouTuber, but he has like some parody things, and one of them was like how anime openings pretty much like ruin the like reveal the whole plot and everything. Which is so true though, because I was trying to watch an anime and like the whole opening was like I was like, oh my God, I'm not even gonna have anything to watch because everything's they're showing everything in the trailer or just the opening. Yeah, that's when I know the movie is going to waste my time. All right, I'm gonna take a break and go eat, and then probably be back later today after I finish eating. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Hey, what's up? Sorry, I'm gonna go eat and take a break, but I'll stream again later today. Sorry, you caught me on the end there. Good stuff. Thank you, man.